Welcome to Awakening the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Christian Strang, and we have another special interview series to bring to you today. And I am so thrilled to bring back onto the podcast and welcome on Jennifer Elling. Jennifer is a nutritional guide, and today we're going to be talking about creating more ease and abundance in your life. And who couldn't use more of that, especially at this time in consciousness? So, we're going to dive deep here today with Jennifer. But first, I want to give you her official bio so you can relax into learning a little bit more about her, and then we will begin. Jennifer Elling, nutritional guide, has been on a health journey the majority of her life. During her 30s, she experienced a lot of body pain, and in her 40s, Jennifer began to discover how drastically food was affecting her. She experimented for decades, and then in 2021, she was catapulted into a next level nutritional journey with Purium Organic Superfoods. It has become Jennifer's mission to help others who are open to the concept of food as medicine, as healing medicine, amen to that, or a culprit for dis-ease in the body, depending on how you work with it. She enjoys sharing what she's learned so others don't make the same mistakes that she did. And we'll talk a little bit about how you can connect with Jennifer at the end of this podcast. But welcome, Jennifer. You're here with us again. We're so happy to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about this piece around creating more ease and abundance and how that's come to you around this nutritional piece.
Well, it really came to me when I ordered your most recent book, Radical Abundance in Radical Times, and I ordered it with the channel Blessing. And when it talked about more wealth, what I immediately saw was ease. So I've been all about creating more ease in my life over the last year, which involved a move from the country to the city because, like, while I loved growing my own food and I loved being in the country, it was a lot of work and it was kind of what I was doing. And there was no way that I could grow, first of all, organic food. I mean, how did I even know if it was organic? You buy organic seeds, but the soil and everything else, the rainwater, I mean, it's the whole thing, right? So finding the organic food, and it's how Purium actually, how I knew it was so aligned with my life, because I have known over the years how much food was affecting me. And I was eating fairly clean when Purium came into my life. I was gluten free, soy free, mainly dairy free, and I wasn't drinking alcohol. I haven't drank alcohol for the last 10 years. So I'd really cleaned up my act that way. But Purium was just a next level, and my body could really feel it. And like, so I have some products to share, and it was really hard to narrow down. I know I mentioned to you that I was going to share 4 products. Well, there's a 5th one if we have time, because it like just kept coming to me. It's like, oh, I got to tell them about that too. But
Oh, I love
so
it.
my one of my favorites right now is the MVP Sport, and it comes in vanilla and it also comes in chocolate. Are you
I'm
drinking
drinking it right now. Yes.
it?
It's
I
my
know you're
favorite.
the chocolate gal, right?
Mhm. I love it.
I personally love the vanilla. But the thing about this product, it has more than 20 organic ingredients in it. How could I easily make that, right? There's no way. And it has between 16 and 32 grams of protein, depending on your serving size. So you get a ton of clean, organic, vegan, gluten-free protein in a serving.
I'm such a super fan of this, and I love that you're bringing this in. And I just want to pause it here for a second to really support listeners and coming and those viewing to get this, that when we're talking about ease and abundance, we often just think like, I don't know, retirement and cash money, but we also have our day-to-day experience of how do we make our life as easeful as possible. And that is a form of abundance. So Jennifer's really bridging that gap for us here, that like, a huge part of living in abundance and what she got in her channeled message from her oracle was this next level of ease and abundance. And she saw the clarity of which Purium and the organic superfoods are bringing in. So I love, first of all, that you're bridging that gap for us, that ease is a form of abundance. Secondly, being able to eat organically healthy food that makes us feel good in our body. So that's a form of abundance. You'd already done the work to know food and how I feel are directly connected, which is a form of abundance. My health is my wealth. And you'd also done the work of like, okay, I'm going to grow my own food. I'm going to do all these things. And like, that is not easeful. And that did not feel abundant to you, right? So I love all of these, these bridges that you are bringing together for us, because I don't think that necessarily folks will always break it down in that linear and that really deeper way. So thank you for bringing that in. The protein is so huge, the organic vegan protein, and having every item be organic, which is, you can't find that. You just cannot find that at a regular grocery store, right? We know that in the United States, you only need 60% of the ingredients to be organic to receive that classification. So it's just to have, and I love the synchronicity here because I just made my smoothie, my MVP Sport smoothie. As a midlife woman, it's and beyond, it's really important that we're getting enough protein. But when we're on a spiritual path, we may not feel in a flesh. So if we do, how do we bridge that gap? Again, you're bringing us so many solutions to this piece around how do we live in ease and abundance. So I just wanted to pause it there and highlight those points because they're so powerful. Please tell us more about the MVP sport and how do you like to include it in your life? Because I think that's really helpful for folks too.
Well, it's definitely helps with muscle recovery. So I like to use it like after I walk the dog or after I've gone swimming or lifted weights, something like that. It has a bunch of adaptogenic herbs and mushrooms in it. So they help adapting to the body's stress. So stress from a workout, they help our body in that way. So I like to use it. And I will also have it like at lunch for a meal, combine it with some fruit. That's another way that I like to eat it. Purium has a lot of different shakes, and I like to have them for lunch. My body responds to them best at lunchtime. So it's my meal at lunch, whether it's the MVP Sport or another one.
Oh, I love that. And it's hilarious because last night for dinner, that's what I had was my smoothie because it was just a busy day and needed to get the protein in. And how do I get the protein in and do so in a really easeful way? I love that you brought in the adaptogenic mushrooms and how that is really supportive for a body that's in stress. And whether that's from a workout or you're having a stressful, like yesterday, I had a really busy jam-packed day. I needed something easeful that's also going to help my body. So I love that you brought that in about the adaptogenic mushrooms because that is huge in supporting our nervous system and stress response, which creates more ease and abundance in your life. Amazing. Keep going. I love this.
Well, another thing I want to point out about the protein too, because I've had some people who've been like, well, that's just filler in it because there's the pea protein, the rice protein, and the pumpkin protein. Well, it's not filler. It's the protein from those, and it helps with so many different things, not only muscle recovery, but digestive health, heart health, and weight management is a big one, especially with the rice protein. And that's found in the Power Shake product, which is part of the ultimate lifestyle transformation. We're not going to go down that route today talking about that. I could just talk about products the whole day.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we've got for our first superfood we're focused on to create more ease and abundance, we've got MVP Sport. You can have it for lunch, you can have it for dinner, you can have it as a snack, you could have it to break your fast in the morning. Like you can have it any way you want. Jennifer gave some great options for how to work with that after a workout. What else you got for us, girl? What else
Well,
creates more
speaking
ease?
of how to start the morning. So I hope you can see these. This is
Yes.
Super Amino 23. This is how I start my morning. I get out of bed. I have 5 of these tablets. They're not very big.
Yeah, perfect.
And I have these before I walk my dog. Then I take the dog for a walk and I come back and I have my breakfast. And that's 45 minutes to an hour later. And I'm fine out there walking the dog. It's not like I'm starving. The dog has to eat before we go out, but I don't have to. And the 23 with these means that they are absorbed into your bloodstream in 23 minutes. So the thing about these super aminos is that they're vegan protein and they're super high quality. They're 99% net utilization, meaning there's no metabolic waste from them, which I had no idea that animal protein, that there's so much metabolic waste. There's over 50%, meaning our kidneys and our liver and other organs are having to function that much more just to process those, and we don't get all the protein from them.
It's wild, right? That people, and you think about, I was paleo diet for years, and you think about your body isn't even using up to like 60% of that. Or, I mean, it's insane where we can take five of the super aminos in the morning. And to your point, so important, especially in midlife and beyond, that you're getting that infusion of protein, or if you're, in sports or athletics, that you are getting that protein first thing. And it's pure, fully digestible protein. I mean, it's like you can't even find that with an animal form of protein. That's incredible.
And they have really helped me to be pescatarian. I still eat fish and eggs, but I don't, when I do have a day, like I don't cook fish at home, it's only when I go out. So I'll often only be eating vegetables. And I found if I don't have the super aminos, I just feel hungry all the time. And with the super aminos, it really takes care of that hunger component.
It does. And when I travel, I just take super aminos with me as well. And by travel, I mean, because I live out in the country, if I'm going to the store, I always have super aminos with me. So if I get hungry, you take five of those, you've gotten protein, your body is really satisfied. It's incredible. So talk about create more ease and abundance in your life. You're not looking to snack and maybe when you're out and about or even at home, just like, oh, I just need something. You're getting that nourishment, which is creating more ease in your body. So your body's not going into a stress response because it's hungry. It's not getting the nutrients it needs.
Exactly.
Mm,
And be
love that.
careful if you drop them on the floor because your dog will be right after them and eat them.
And wisely so. Okay, good job, Toby. Yeah, so Toby, your dog, for listeners who don't know this, he's had some super aminos as well, it sounds like.
He seems to like them very much because he's right after them.
I love that. That's amazing. So really taking care of our protein needs here. So I love that you talk about having the super aminos first thing in the morning to get that protein. How many times are you taking the five a day? And do you adjust that? Tell me a little bit more about that.
I do adjust it based on my activity level, and I'm usually at 15 a day now, but anywhere between 10 and 20 a day is how many I consume. And
Yeah,
I like to
amazing.
have them staggered from meals because they fill me up so I don't eat that much. Then when I go to have dinner or when I like a mid-afternoon snack, it works great for me. If I'm hungry before I go to bed because I haven't had too much to eat at dinner, then I will have five more. So it just, it's really, it's like you said, which is a great point. It's a great snack.
It really is. It's incredible. And because we don't have the metabolic waste. So, there's a lot in the mainstream about how much protein a midlife woman and beyond should be having. But that is because there's so much metabolic waste. Your body cannot fully process the animal flesh. So people are having 100 grams, 120 grams or more of animal protein. This is different because with the Purium, with the super aminos, I believe we can count each of those aminos of up to like 5 grams of what animal protein would be. So you're getting so much more protein from it. And that's why I asked. So I usually take 15 to 20, and then you pair that with the MVP Sport, which has up to 30 grams of protein. You're getting a really solid, you can get up to 75 grams or more of vegan organic protein for your body. We also want to talk about the muscle mass that this creates, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because this is also important for women in midlife and beyond, and for anyone who is into fitness and health and supporting their body.
Well, I was a little skeptical. The Super Amino 23s were the first Purium product that I started with. And I was like, really? Does it? Because there's claims about skin elasticity and muscle mass. And I noticed after a few months, I noticed my arms and I was like, huh. And I wasn't working out, right? And I was like, huh, it looks like I have more muscles. And then after 6 months, people were commenting on on it. So
Yeah.
like, what are you doing to work out? It's like, well, I should be doing more. But
I'm lifting this bottle.
yes, right. And now I've started lifting weights too. But I've always been into swimming and walking the dog. But yeah, I mean, and there are over 30 clinical studies on super amino, and Dr. Luca, who developed the master amino pattern, he talks that he's come on Purium and he's talked about how people bedridden, the results that they've shown with muscle mass because they can't get out of bed in the hospital or whatnot. It's an amazing product.
It's absolutely incredible that this is organic fermented lentils, that really, and this is again to your point about creating more ease and abundance in your life. Like our health is literally our wealth. And so we have to take care of this temple that we're in. And there's this incredible formulation with super aminos that allows you, if you're able to work out, great. So I will take the super aminos right before I do a workout. But if you're not able to, for those, I have had some folks who have autistic children that aren't fully mobile. Like if you can get these ground up into a smoothie and get this to them, it's going to help create muscle mass where there was not muscle. We worked with a teenage boy and he needed to build muscle and he was struggling with that. And so we brought in the super aminos to help build that in his body. It's really incredible the bandwidth to which these super aminos can serve and create more ease in your life. So thank you so much for sharing about that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What's next? What else do
What's
you have? I
next?
feel like this is Christmas. I get to see all
Is
that. Yeah.
Joint Flex is next, which I can't talk about this product enough, right? Last podcast we did, I talked about the Joint Flex, and I've done another podcast with another soul sister and talked about the Joint Flex. But to me, if I could only order two products from Purium, it would be Joint Flex and Super Aminos, my all-time favorites. This one I've had no short of miraculous results with. I had a shoulder injury and I was having an adverse reaction to physical therapy. And so I needed to stop that. And it's when you actually introduced me to Joint Flex, you said, well, you should give Joint Flex a try. And after 30 days, I mean, I was having trouble moving my shoulder. After 30 days, that pain was gone. And it hasn't ever come back. And now I use it. I take it continuously, and I up the dose if I have another situation come come to me. For instance, this finger joint um, was having some problems when I moved end of last year, first of this year. It actually, there was a big, it looked kind of like a cyst, a bump on it. And I banged it in the move. It opened up and it was crazy painful. Well, I started taking more of the joint flex and I moved and that thing healed up.
Yes.
And
Incredible.
and I noticed just a couple weeks ago that it kind of puffs up under the skin. And it's the first time that it's happened since earlier in the year. So I just upped my dosage of Joint Flex and it just went right back down. And I gotta say, I went to a dermatologist because it was um, painful. And he told me, oh, you're leaking joint fluid, which I didn't know that was a thing. And he recommended not doing anything with the bump. That he goes, well, it'll, just do its thing. But he said if you get that surgically removed, there's a high chance it's so close to the joint. There's a high chance that it's going to get an infection, and then you're going to need to take antibiotics, and you'd be just better off leaving it. And I was like, okay. And I left it and continued to increase the joint flex, and it just went away. So I did bring in the medical because I wanted to know what was going on. So I do that occasionally, and I'll also test these products, which I have an interesting story. I know you're going to talk about BioRelax, but I tested that this week, so I have an
Oh,
interesting
good.
story on that.
Oh, love it. Yeah. So
So,
Joint Flex has such high anti-inflammatory properties, and it's so powerful. It actually helps support the regrowth of connective tissue in the body. So I have had clients that, are having all kinds of things, and we of course do the energy medicine work. And when we bring in the Joint Flex, I mean, back pain gone, hip pain gone, knee pain gone, shoulder pain, like you name it. If there's anything inflammatory happening in your body, though, I recommend Joint Flex because of the strong, I'm going to say it wrong, but it starts with a C. It's an anti-inflammatory herb, and those properties really help support the reduction of inflammation in the body. Flex is another reason why we don't have to take, anti-inflammatory prescription medications or anti-inflammatory ibuprofen or Advil or God forbid Tylenol and all the research that's come out about that. Like you really, I haven't taken those things in years because you don't need to because you're able to get to the root of the inflammation. So I love that.
well, and speaking of Tylenol, so this product, Joint Flex, has boswellia in it, which is from the plant Boswellia serrata, which is what Tylenol was based on.
What it was supposed to be
No,
instead.
so you know how pharmaceuticals, drugs are based, so many of them, most of them
Oh,
are based on plants.
they're trying to mimic what the plant
They're
does.
trying
Yeah.
to mimic what the plant
Yeah.
does so they can make a profit on it, or somebody can
Yeah.
make a profit on it. Well, so that actual plant is in Joint Flex.
Amazing. Amazing. That must be why I use it as my natural anti-inflammatory for anything. So I use that in the super xanthan. Talk about creating more ease in your life, no joint pain, no inflammation. And even so, you had a Western medicine doctor tell you like, yeah, don't do anything invasive with this, and then you were able to heal it yourself.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. What's next?
Next is be energetic. And I'm very excited to show you this package because it landed this morning on my doorstep. That's one of the cool things about, and I'll get to this in a minute. One of the cool things about Purium is that they are the manufacturer and the distributor, and they ship it right to your door. So you don't even have to leave your house to get your food. How incredible is that? I mean,
That's
I love
best.
that.
Agreed. I totally agree with you. Talk about ease and abundance. It's
Right.
literally just delivered to you.
And this this product, Be Energetic, helps with your adrenals. And this was amazing to me when I moved. Moving can be very one of the most stressful things in a person's life. I mean, it's right up there with all the other top five. And I really noticed a difference in January. It was like another breath of air. It was like a deep breath to my body. The Be Energetic is not something you want to take all the time because you don't want your adrenals to become dependent on it. But if you take it quarterly, it's a wonderful support. And I actually hadn't taken it since January, but got the intuitive hit that with the collective stress right now and the upcoming holidays, that now is a good time to start another package of Be Energetic. So I highly recommend that one as well. And it's
100%.
whole food. It's whole food.
Yes. And that's the important piece here to highlight. We've been mentioning it especially with the MVP and with the aminos. These are organic whole foods. So these are not supplements. This is not like just some extra stuff to supplement. This is literal food. You will be full when you take the superfoods because it's actual food. And the Bee Energetic has bee pollen in it. I mean, it's so good at nourishing and healing the adrenals. If ever you're going through a stressful anything, do a 30-day cycle of Be Energetic. And to Jennifer's point, if you're someone who's had a high stress lifestyle or a lot of trauma in your life, every quarter, do a 30-day cycle of this. Nourish your adrenals, support them in their ability to repair and restore and give life force energy to you as opposed to drain and depletion. Be Energetic is one of those just like no brainers when you're looking for more ease and nervous system relaxation in your body. What else you got for us?
Well, this wasn't on the schedule, but can I talk about this or do you want to talk about
Yeah,
bio?
no, please, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So this came to me a
Yes.
lot to talk about. And it's got a clever name, Zinc Aid. So it's zinc with a capital C. So it's got zinc in it, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E. All of those whole plant food sources. So with people worried about getting sick and the supposed, cold and flu season of winter, I mean, this is a product I actually take year round because they're key essential nutrients. Okay, now I learned this the other day because some people watch the news in the evening. I watch like health podcasts.
I love it. Yes.
This holistic doctor was talking about, people think that as essential nutrients means that, oh, that's important, which is what I thought. So that, like, I was like, what? And he's like, essential means that your body has to have it and your body can't synthesize it.
That's right.
So you need to get it from food.
Yes.
So it has the zinc, vitamin A, D, E, and C. Whoops, did I get them all right? I have to look.
You got it. You got
Did
it.
I get them all? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's in this, and it's just three capsules a day. And some people are concerned about what the capsules are made of. It's cellulose vegetable capsule. So there's
Yeah.
nothing even wrong in the coating of the capsule. If you don't like taking a capsule, you can break them apart and put them in your smoothie, put them in your MVP sport.
100%. And Zincade is actually the only whole food based organic zinc that is on the market. So everything else you're seeing out there as supplements are literally like filled with fillers, chemical compounds, whatever it might be. This is whole foods, which is the best way for your body to integrate, absorb, and be able to receive the proper nutrients. So I think this is a big thing that gets missed, I think, for people. They think, oh, it's in a capsule, so it's a supplement, it's like a vitamin. This is literally whole foods. And and to your earlier point when we started, this isn't, we could try to like grow our own and do it all, and we still would not be able to test, and maybe you could test the wa rainwater, test the soil. I mean, it would become your full-time job to try to eat this way. And so we're so blessed that the divine has brought us this connection with Purium that is run in this higher vibrational consciousness. It's their soul mission to help feed humans good quality food that has not been intersected and interrupted by pesticides and poisons. And when you are able, and Jennifer's whole life is really a testament to this, and you can see this when you look at her, this is a woman who is thriving, right? She's living in ease and abundance, and she's literally giving us the keys to how she has done it. And so I encourage all of you who are watching this and listening to this, like, do what Jennifer talked about doing. Experiment with these whole foods in your life, these organic whole foods from Purium in your life, and see what you can heal in your body and your mind and in your sleep patterns and all of it. Like play with it and see how your body responds. And I promise you, you will be absolutely completely thrilled in what you discover, and you will step into a level of radiance that Jennifer's carrying, that those of us who are on this path are carrying, because that is what the body needs. To the podcast point you're listening to, these are essential. This is not like I'll get around to it, or oh, I'm sure I'm getting it from that box of food or the produce from the grocery store. You're not. Anything else you want to share before I share mine?
Well, let me comment about experimentation. So I'm excited
Yes.
to hear about BioRelax.
Yes, yes. You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
You want me? Why don't you share about it and then I'll share my
Okay.
experimentation with it.
Okay, so when Jennifer and I were talking about this podcast and what, the guidance she was receiving about what to bring, we are talking about what are the superfoods that we really want to bring in when we're talking about creating more ease and abundance in our life. And so I had to bring BioRelax on because this is one of my ride or dies. BioRelax, how do I describe what it does? It is skin. You want glow, BioRelax. You want um, nervous system regulation, BioRelax. You want to have amazing sleep, BioRelax. Like this literally is one of my favorite superfoods. It's a combination of organic kava kava with apothecary, the tart cherry juice. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. When I first started trying out BioRelax, I was like, oh, internal skincare. That's kind of interesting. I like this. I saw such a huge difference in my facial skin when I started taking BioRelax. Like literally, I remember we were traveling, we were on a trip, and I was like, I didn't have to wear makeup anywhere I go. Like my skin was just like, thank you for bringing this to me. And I was sleeping so well on the trip. That's why I was taking it. I started out just taking it medicinally, thinking I'll just use it when I travel and I need to go into a deeper state of sleep and I can't travel with my apothecary, my tart cherry juice in the bottle. But I had such an amazing experience with this. If you have struggled with being stressed out, nervous system dysregulation, and you like to have glowing skin. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Yes, BioRelax. So this certainly creates more ease in your life, more abundance, more health and vitality. I find it so soothing to my nervous system as someone who experienced a lot of intensity in my early life, and I've been on a healing path. And then, of course, we're living in this collective soup of all kinds of things happening. Having this kind of nervous system support and deep sleep. Again, for women in midlife and beyond, your sleep is so important to your health and well-being. And so I love BioRelax for that. You take 2 capsules. I usually take it right before bed, but I believe it's recommended an hour before bed, perhaps. But I absolutely love it. And I'm a huge super fan of it, as you can tell. And Jennifer, I want to hear about your experimentation with BioRelax. Tell us more.
So I recently started taking it recently, as in I finished one package and I'm on to the next package. And I started with 1 capsule and then I worked up to 2 capsules. And this week I was like, oh, let's see how, because I found like I was sleeping like 9 hours, but waking up feeling like really well rested. And I was like, well, maybe I'm sleeping too much. But I tell you, what happens here in the city is not what happens in the country. It was super quiet sleeping in the country, but in the city, there's a lot of noise. So I didn't take it one night this week. And I woke up 3 times in the middle of the night, and my sleep was just rocky at best. And I noticed that if I take two, I will wake up once, sometimes not even once, and sleep through the whole night. So it is really amazing for getting me into a deeper sleep.
Yeah.
I have not experienced that before.
Yeah, I'm such a huge fan. And I actually do the tart cherry juice a few, I do it after dinner as one of my dessert-ish type supports. And I do that with the BioRelax, and it's just incredible. Have such deep, amazing sleep. I love that we have all of these organic, fully organic superfoods and high vibrational consciousness. So the founders of Purium are more spiritually awakened. They're aware of what's happening on the earth. They feel a deep soul mission to provide high quality nutrition to humans. This is not an organization that is taking lightly or taking it for profit only. This is really about how do we nourish humans and how do we all create more abundance together, knowing that our health is our wealth. So, Jennifer, I'm so happy that you were able to be here today and share your top tools for creating more ease and abundance in our lives that are really simple. These are really simple pieces like order the organic superfoods, take them every day, be amazed, glow like Jennifer glows. I mean, like literally, it's that easy and really such an incredible must have for this time in consciousness when we know what's happening to the food. They're rolling out, the appeal is now out, and these coatings that are going on the organic foods. I mean, it becomes more important now than ever that we really clean up what we're putting into our body so that we can live the highest quality of life while we're here on earth. Is there anything you want to say, Jennifer, as we move to close here today? Anything else you want to share?
Well, I did want to speak to your point about the owners being so mission driven. I mean, I was so impressed when I went to the last conference and how the owners had talked about not taking profits for multiple years so that they could move to compostable packaging. All of this packaging, even the zippers on it, is biodegradable. So compost away. And I still garden. I mean, I love to garden. So, but it's just a hobby now.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Yeah.
can I get my food from there?
100% I'm with you. Yes, I still garden for fun because I love working with the earth and it's beautiful. And thank you. And you cut out there, so I want to make sure listeners could hear that the owners of Purium did not, they took a loss for many, many years on profit so that they could get compostable packaging to us. That was just like, they're like, this is a no-brainer. We have to make sure that we have this. And now I think everything's in compostable or recyclable because we have the glass and then super aminos. I think they're still working on that with Dr. Luca. So it's really talk about living in ease and abundance. You can literally take this packaging and plant it into your garden and it will compost. Like so incredible what we're able to give to our bodies and to the earth. For those of you that may be like, okay, you've told me all this goodness. I want to glow like Jennifer. I'm a woman in midlife. I want to really take my health to the next level. We have contact information for Jennifer. She's actually put together a cart so you can just click a link and have access to all of the superfoods that we've mentioned here so that you can start to create more ease and abundance in your life. If you, like Jennifer, feel that your soul mission is linked to supporting the nourishment of humans with pure organic whole foods, you can also work directly with Jennifer and share these whole food organic superfoods with others. We have her links in the show notes and if you're on YouTube watching this, in the description below. There'll be all of her links to connect with her, to be able to join this mission of those of us that are committed to creating true health and wealth for as many humans who are willing. Thank you again, Jennifer, for being here with us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm so happy you could share. It was absolutely so exciting. And you gave me some new ideas for how I'm going to experiment with my superfoods next. So I can't wait to. I really like the idea of bringing Be Energetic in every quarter. So I just do it whenever I feel like, intuitively like, oh, my body needs it. But I really like checking in every quarter because it is so nourishing to the adrenals. Thank you for all of your expertise and your enthusiasm for this path. And thank you for your contribution in your soul mission to do this good work.
Oh, thank you so much. I just really know personally that our health is our ultimate wealth. Having experienced the lack of health, and that's really all we focus on until we get it back. So it is our ultimate wealth.
100%. Could not have said it better. So beautifully said. So be sure to connect with Jennifer. I can share for those that aren't looking at the show notes. You can reach Jennifer via IG at Jennifer Elling 1. You can also click her link, which again we'll have in the show notes that will give you this whole cart, which is really exciting. Thank you so much to all of you for being here, listening, watching. We're so grateful to be able to share with you in this way. If you have any questions or you want to know more, be sure to connect with Jennifer. You can also go to sacred-spirituality.org and receive top tips for how to live a spirit-led life during this wild and incredible time. Thank you again for listening. I have been your host, Dr. Christian Strang, and as always, this is Awakening the Podcast.